Welcome to Logarithms class. Today we are going to discuss some important calculation techniques of calculations of very huge numbers, particularly division and multiplication. Our mathematicians, physics scientists, they were facing this problem from so many days. Then almost in the last days of 15th century, three mathematicians, particularly John Napier, he started doing this work. He created one transformation called logarithms, right? So in this one, it is very interesting technique. The technique is that, so we have developed one machine. That machine, let us call it to be a box. Let us call it to be a box. This is the box, right? For example, x is one number, y is one number. If x and y are very small numbers, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division becomes easy, right? But if at all they are very big numbers, all right, or after the point so many decimal places are there, to calculate addition is easy. By using the addition and subtraction, multiplication and division, to evaluate, the technique is developed by John Napier. What he did is that he developed a machine like this. This x is transformed into this machine, then the x is transformed as a and the y is transformed as b. Then inside the machine he calculated what is a plus b. When you bring this a plus b out, the outside fellow will be x into y. That is the product of x and y is coming. Or you calculate a minus b here, bring this number outside, then whatever the number is coming out, that is x by y. So such a machine, such a box is developed. Now let us learn how to, suppose two numbers are given, how to go inside the box or how to find out its transformations. Then after getting its transformations, here the addition subtraction of numbers is usual addition, usual subtraction, and the next part is that how to come out of the box. The way in which that number transformation inside the box, that is called evaluation of logarithm. And when you are coming outside the box, this is called evaluation of anti-logarithm. So we are supposed to learn how to enter into the box and how to come outside the box. That is exactly we are going to learn it, right? This is the starting point, all right? Right, this is the first part. Second part is the definition about the logarithm. So first step is that you fix a positive number, and it is a positive number and it should not be the one. A real number, positive number, it is not 1. Means possibilities of A are either 0 to 1 or 1 to infinity. It cannot be the 1. A cannot be the 1. A can be 2, A can be 3, A can be 1 by 2, and A cannot be negative. Okay, such a number is fixed. Okay, so this number A is called base of logarithm. This number A is called base of logarithm, right? Now n is given positive number. N is given positive number, right? Then you think about, for this base to the power or the exponent of the base raised so that its value becomes n. What is this exponent? The exponent x, to which the base must be raised so that its value yields n. So that is what exactly I will write, right? The definition is that the exponent or power x for which a, that is the base, must be raised to yield n, that x is called logarithm of n to the base a. Logarithm of n to the base a is denoted by logarithm of n to the base a is equal to x. Logarithm of n to the base a is equal to x. Its means is that, and this is in both the ways, it is a power x is equal to n. It is a power x is equal to n, right? So what are the properties that the base should have? Base must be a positive number and it cannot be 1, right? And n is a positive number, then only it is possible, because for the number a, which is a positive number, as its power, as its index is keep on raising or increasing, you will obtain a positive number only. At any instant you will not get the negative number. So whatever the power of that number a or the exponent of the number a must be raised to create its value to be the n. So that power is exactly the element in the box, n is the element outside, and that base a is the number which is a fixed number which is connected to that box, right? So as the a is keep on changing, if the base is keep on changing, corresponding transformation also will change. If the base is equal to 10, then its corresponding logarithm is called common logarithm. If a is equal to 10, it is called common logarithm. If a is equal to e, you remember that e is a fixed number. E is a fixed number which is in between 2.5 to 3, right? It is approximately 2.75, nearer to 2.75. E is a fixed number in between 2.5 to 3. So e has the full quality to become the base of a logarithm. If the base is e, if a is equal to e, then that logarithm is called natural logarithm. Or it is also called Napier logarithm. It is also called Napier logarithm, right? Either natural logarithm or Napier logarithm. When the base is e, when the base is 10, it is called the common logarithm. For the time being, right, the people in those days, they have developed its corresponding tables for the common logarithms, and tables are provided by looking at the tables that huge multiplications, huge divisions they have calculated. So let us learn how to get the transformation of a given number through the common logarithm. Okay, that is exactly we are going to learn in this chapter. Okay, this is exactly the part 2. When you come from the definition of the logarithm, automatically some of the properties in the logarithms will be created. So for the time being, let us discuss some those properties. Right, number 3, properties of logarithms. Right, so a power x is equal to n if and only if logarithm of n to the base a is equal to x. Here a, x, n are dummy fellows. That role can be played by anybody provided they are supposed to maintain that conditions. That is, conditions of a can be any fellow from 0 to 1 or 1 to infinity, and n must be a positive number, and x can be any real number. This x can be any real number. X can be any real number, right? So the properties are that, suppose a power x is equal to n and a power y is equal to m. So from a power x is equal to n, from here I will get that logarithm of n to the base a is equal to x, and from here logarithm of m to the base a is equal to y. Then from here you multiply in other side, that is a power x into a power y is equal to n into m, that is a power x plus y is equal to n into m. From this, when you apply the logarithms, logarithm of n m to the base a is x plus y from the definition. Now here the x means log n to the base a and y means log m to the base a. So this is exactly log of nm to the base a is log n to the base a plus log m to the base a. This is very important property of the logarithm, that implies that on the product of two numbers, logarithm to the base a is same as individual logarithmic values to the base a, its summation, right? That is exactly it is giving you that. So this property is going to be the very important property. From this property we are going to calculate the multiplication of two numbers. All right, so like that. So let us see the next part. So same thing here, if I calculate the x by y, if I calculate the dividing with, that is a power x by a power y is equal to n by m, but this a power x by a power y is a power x minus y. From this part, apply the logarithmic definition, log of n by m to the base a is x minus y. This is log x to the base a minus log y to the base a. That is, to get the division of two numbers, its corresponding logarithms must be subtracted. To get the division of numbers, its corresponding logarithms must be subtracted, right? So that is exactly we are going to do in the coming time, all right? And then the next one is that once a power x is equal to n, raise with power m, that is a power x to the power m is n to the power m. Therefore, a power mx is equal to n to the power m. So from here, when you apply the logarithmic definition, logarithm of n to the power m to the base a is equal to mx. This is same as m into x is nothing but log n to the base a. That implies that when the power is there in the power of n, this power will come out, that is m into log n to the base a, right? If the power is there in the power of n, then that power will come out as it is. With the same idea, I can prove that logarithm of n to the base a power is there. Then this m also comes out, but it comes out into the down 1 by n logarithm of n to the base a. So this is exactly the properties, and not only that, from the definition of logarithm we will get some more things. Log a to the base a, that is base power must be raised so that its value becomes a, because a power of 1 is only the a, therefore this value is 1 only. And similarly, logarithm of 1 to the base anything, that is a power something must be raised so that its value will become 1. So a power 0 only will become 1, means log a to the base a is 1, log 1 to the base a is 0. We can make the properties. Let us discuss those properties, right? So first of all, we will finish the part of the logarithms part, that is the theoretical part. Then after that we will go to the problematic part, okay na? So that is, and not only this, let us make the list of formulas. This is the first formula, this is the second formula, this is third one, and this is fourth one, this is fifth one, and this is the sixth one. And not only that, the seventh formula, a power log n to the base same a is there. This quantity is there in the power of a. This base a and this base, both of them are equal. This value will be n itself. That comes from the definition of the logarithm. Okay na? And similarly, that is log a to the base b. That is logarithm of a to the base b, means that its value is that b power must be raised so that b power of that quantity is a. Such a number is this. Such a fellow multiplied with logarithm of b to the base c. Here c power must be raised. Then this value will be logarithm of a to the base c. This also follows from the definition of logarithm itself. Okay na? So like this is the 8th property. Now this property you write it reversely. It is the same property but other way of writing. That is log a to the base b by log c to the base b will be same as, because to the base same is there, this will be log a to the base c, right? This is the 9th property. So these are the 9 properties. With these 9 properties we can solve the problems of logarithm. So this session we will stop it here. In the next session, by using these properties of logarithms, we will solve some of the problems, right?